before you read another word, stop for a second. Did you choose to watch this? Did you choose to click on this video at this exact moment for this exact reason? Or was that decision already made before you even knew you were making it? Every single day you make thousands of decisions. What to eat, what to say, who to trust, where to look. Most of them feel effortless, automatic yours, but almost nobody stops to ask the one question that matters most. How are those decisions actually made? That question is where we begin. How free is free will? The science behind every decision. Before we go any further, we need to agree on what we are even talking about. Free will. Two simple words. Centuries of argument. In everyday life, free will means something simple. The idea that you are the author of your own choices. That when you pick a job, a partner, a meal, a word, that choice originates from you and nowhere else. Philosophers have debated this for over 2000 years. Scientists for just over a century. And still, no one has settled it. So we're not going to tell you what to believe. Instead, we're going to walk through what science has actually found and let you decide what it means. Because here's the uncomfortable part. Your brain doesn't wait for you. Modern neuroscience has revealed something strange. Your brain is working long before you're aware of it. Constantly processing sound, light, memory, pattern, preparing responses before your conscious mind even catches up. Think about catching a falling glass. Your hand moves before you decide to move it. Or driving a familiar road, you arrive and you don't remember most of the turns. Habit, reflex, muscle memory. Estimates suggest a massive amount of daily human behavior runs on autopilot, below the surface of conscious thought, which raises an uncomfortable possibility. What if consciousness isn't the one making the decision at all? What if it's simply watching the decision happen and taking credit for it afterward? Think about how often you've said, "I don't know why I did that," or reacted to danger before you had time to think. Your body already moved. Your mind is still catching up, writing the explanation after the fact. Some researchers describe consciousness less like a director giving orders and more like a press secretary standing at a podium explaining decisions that were made somewhere else in rooms it was never invited into. It's an unsettling comparison. But it's not far from what some of the data actually suggests. This isn't just philosophy. There was an experiment, one that changed everything. In a quiet lab decades ago, a researcher wired participants to sensors that could detect the faintest electrical activity in the brain. The task was simple. At any moment they wanted, participants would move a finger. Nothing more, just choose and move. But the sensors picked up something no one expected. Brain activity began to rise before the participants said they had made the decision, before they were even aware of choosing. The implication was staggering. The brain appeared to prepare the action first. The feeling of deciding came second. This became one of the most famous and most argued over experiments in the history of neuroscience. But not everyone agreed with what it meant. Critics pointed out flaws. The task was too simple, the timing too hard to measure precisely, the readings possibly just random brain noise, not an actual decision forming. Some scientists say the experiment proves free will is an illusion. Others say it proves nothing of the sort. Decades later, the argument still isn't settled. But science doesn't stop at one experiment. Today, researchers are asking an even bigger question. Can we predict a decision before a person even knows they've made it? With brain imaging and artificial intelligence, scientists have tried exactly that, scanning brain activity, then using algorithms to guess what someone will choose, seconds before they choose it. In simple lab tasks, left or right, this button or that one, predictions have shown some real success. But real life isn't a button press. Choosing a career, a partner, a belief, these decisions unfold over years, shaped by memory, emotion, and reasoning far too complex for any current model to predict. So, while science can glimpse the surface of decision making, the depths remain, for now, out of reach. And there's more working against you than just brain timing. Every choice you make is shaped by forces you never see. Genetics you didn't choose, a childhood you didn't choose, emotions rising before logic arrives, stress, exhaustion, culture, social pressure, countless biases hardwired into how your mind works. None of these forces ask permission. They simply shape you quietly, constantly. The family you were born into shaped what you believe is normal. The language you grew up speaking shaped how you even form thoughts. A single sleepless night can make you snap at someone you love for no reason you'd choose consciously. A crowded room can make you agree with something you'd reject if you were alone. None of us selected our starting conditions, and yet those conditions quietly steer decisions we later call ours. Which brings us to an important question. If your choices are shaped this heavily, does that mean they aren't truly yours? Or is being influenced simply part of what it means to be human? After all this research, where does that leave us? Many scientists argue that reasoning, reflection, and self control still matter deeply. That even if the brain moves first, the ability to pause, to reconsider, to override an impulse, that ability is real and it counts as freedom. Others disagree. They argue that the feeling of choosing is something the brain constructs after the fact. A story we tell ourselves to make sense of actions already set in motion. Two respected camps, two very different conclusions, and no final verdict in sight. Some researchers propose a middle ground that free will may not be all or nothing. That instead of asking, do we have it, the better question might be, how much of it do we have and in which moments? A person resisting a craving, a person choosing to stay calm instead of reacting in anger, a person changing their mind after hearing new information. These moments look like freedom, even if the machinery behind them is more complicated than it feels. Maybe freedom isn't the absence of influence. Maybe it's what we do with the influence we're given. So, what does the evidence actually tell us? It tells us the brain shapes decisions before we're aware of them. It tells us countless invisible forces influence every choice we make. And it tells us we still don't fully understand where the brain ends and where you begin. Remember the question we started with? Did you choose to watch this? We still can't answer that with certainty. Nobody can, not yet. Science has taught us an enormous amount about the brain, but it has not and cannot yet resolve the deepest question at the center of human experience. If science still cannot fully explain why we experience choice at all, how free are we, really? This documentary explores current scientific research and evidence related to free will and human decision making. Its purpose is educational, aiming to present scientific theories and findings in a balanced and objective manner. Questions about consciousness, free will, and human purpose are also explored through philosophy and many religious traditions. We respect all religions and belief systems, and this documentary does not seek to challenge or promote any particular faith. Science continues to investigate these questions while recognizing that not every aspect of human existence can be fully explained by current scientific knowledge.